Thank you so much for watching this performance of Perpetual Commotion by Thomas Brown. I wanted to give a couple of little tips and tricks that I picked up along the way of learning this piece that will hopefully help you as you're practicing and preparing this piece for performance, and ultimately that will help you elevate your performance to the next level. The first thing I want to talk about is your location when you're playing. Sometimes it's easier to stand towards the right side or towards the left side, but ultimately, if you're not staying centered over the notes that you're playing on whatever mallet instrument you're choosing, this piece allows you to play this on marimba, on vibraphone, or xylophone. But regardless of what instrument you're playing it on, you want to focus on making sure that you're always centered over the notes that you're playing. If you end up playing like this, or end up playing like this, there's a stronger chance for accuracy issues as well as unnecessary tension on one side of your body. The next thing I want to mention is the sticking can be a little tricky because we have the accent on the second of a double right. So if you're comfortable on any other instruments like snare drum or honestly any matched grip drum instruments where you practice accents and non-accents, really focus on practicing an upstroke back to a downstroke to help get the accent on the and or on the second note of the right hand. Because there's a lot of times, especially at A, where we have to worry about making that note pop out as the second note. And that can be really tricky if you're not comfortable to playing an accent on the second of a double. So focus on building that strength away from the instrument so that when you come back to play it, you can really bring out those accents. Another issue we want to talk about is specifically on the vibraphone. If you choose to play this on the vibraphone, there's really only one place where they give you to have the pedal down. However, I'd like to add pedal here and there to just bring out some of the harmony that's created by playing multiple notes back to back. So if you go back and listen, you can take some of the pedaling that I did, or you can choose to just leave it dry with no pedal for the majority of the piece until the composer recommends it. But that's just a tip if you're trying to perform this on vibraphone. Another tip is to focus on your dynamics so that when you're playing through each repeat, maybe you make things a little bit softer, you make things a little bit louder on that second time. But ultimately, the dynamics in this piece are really beautiful, and sometimes you can really take advantage of the softer moments or the bigger moments. So really make sure that you're giving these dynamics their full value, whether it's a piano, a mezzo piano, or a forte. And the last thing I'll mention is to really focus on your sound quality when you're playing on any mallet instrument. I know we have the option to play on the edge, but be careful that you're not straying too close to the nodes or the place on the bar where the string is put through, because that's going to be the driest or the least resonant point on any bar. And if you go to play some of the scale patterns that require you to go up towards this upper manual, if you don't reach far enough for the center, or if you don't cut close enough to the edge, you're not going to get as much resonance, and it's going to be pretty obvious. So if you can, I always recommend to aim for the center whenever possible, unless it becomes difficult or painful. But I would recommend you trying to reach for the best sound possible on every note that you play in this piece. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you again for watching this video, and I wish you all the best as you prepare Perpetual Commotion by Thomas Brown.